Hello class, this week we're going to be talking about how to secure our Windows Server 2008. Welcome and enjoy the lesson. To effectively secure networks, you need to have a toolbox to implement security practices and policies. Windows Server 2008 provides a number of new and improved tools for managing your network security. This tool includes the Security Configuration Wizard, the Windows Firewall, Encrypting File System, BitLocker, a Microsoft Baseline Security Analyzer. Let's talk first about the Security Configuration Wizard. First, introducing Windows Server 2003 R2 and Windows Server 2003 Service Pack 2. The Security Configuration Wizard provides a step-by-step wizard for hardening your network servers. The SCW takes a holistic view of your server. By analyzing the baseline computers, the SCW can determine the roles and features that are installed. These findings are compared to a database of settings to determine what changes can be made to harden the server security without compromising functionality. With this information, you can choose to create a new security policy, modify an existing policy, or apply an existing policy. You can also revert to a previous version of a policy. After making this decision, you can choose different analysis paths depending on your selection. If you choose to create a new security policy, for example, the baseline computer will be analyzed. After analysis is complete, you can create policies for the following four areas: the role-based service configuration, the network security, the registry settings, and the audit policy. Beginning with Windows Server 2003 Service Pack 1, the Windows Server operating system has included a built-in stateful firewall called the Windows Firewall. A stateful firewall is so named because it can track and maintain computer information based on the status of a particular connection. The Windows Firewall is enabled by default on all new installation of Windows Server 2008 and can be managed manually via the Windows Firewall Control Panel applet, the Windows Firewall with Advanced Security Microsoft Management Console, or via Group Policy Objects in Active Directory environment. The default configuration of the Windows Firewall in Windows Server 2008 will block all unsolicited inbound traffic, that is, attempts to access the computer from a remote network that host that has not been specifically authorized by the administrator of the local server. The most basic configuration of the Windows Firewall can be managed in the Windows Firewall Control Panel applet, which can be accessed from the Windows Control Panel or the Server Manager snap-in. From the Windows Firewall Control Panel applet, you can manage the following configuration items: turn the Windows Firewall on or off, and allowing a program through the Windows Firewall. If you know that your Windows Server 2000 computer is being used by remote clients, you can configure exceptions to the Windows Firewall configuration that will allow certain types of inbound traffic. By clicking the Turn the Windows Firewall on or off hyperlink, you will have two options, or actually three options. First one, on. This is the default configuration of the Windows Firewall. Any unsolicited inbound network traffic will be blocked except for traffic that matches any exception you have defined. Second one, on, blocking all of incoming connection. By placing a check mark next to the block all of incoming connection, you will force the Windows Firewall to block all of incoming traffic, including blocking any traffic relating to exceptions you have created. You might select this option to temporarily disallow network traffic to all services on a Windows Server 2008 computer in order to troubleshoot a software issue, or if a virus or other piece of malware has infected remote machines on your network. And our third option, off, that this configuration is not recommended as you lose all network protection associated with the Windows firewall. From the Exception tab in the Windows Firewall settings, you can create exceptions that will allow inbound traffic sent to specific services, exit files, or TCP or UDP port numbers. There are a number of pre-configured exceptions in the Windows Server 2008 Windows Firewall. These ones are the VITS peer caching, which allows background intelligent transfer services clients in the same subnet to share files in their VITS cache. The COM Plus network access, which allows the remote activation of COM Plus components. The core networking, which allow basic ports required for basic IPv4 and IPv6 connectivity. The distributed transaction coordinator, which coordinates transactions that update transactions-related resources such as database and messages tracking services. The file and printing sharing, the SCSI service, key management service, network discovery, performance log and alerts, remote administration, remote desktop, remote event log management, the remote scheduled task management, remote services management, remote volume management, routing and remote access, that we talked about it in lesson 9, the secure socket tunneling protocol for VPNs, the SMP trap, the Windows Firewall remote management, the Windows management instrumentation, the Windows remote management, and finally the Windows security configuration wizard. Exceptions in the Windows firewalls can be configured to allow inbound traffic from one of the following scopes. That is, the source IP address or range of addresses that inbound traffic will be permitted from. The first scope is any computer, including those on the Internet. Allows incoming traffic from any source IP address. The second scope is by network subnet only. And the third scope is in a specific range of IP addresses. Unlike the Windows Firewall console, the Windows Firewall with Advanced Security console provides a more detailed view of a computer firewall settings. You can manage the following areas in the WFAS: the inbound rules, the outbound rules, the connection security rules, and monitoring. Inbound and outbound rules provides details about each enable and disable rules on a server. You can use the console to edit an existing rule, or you can create additional inbound or outbound rules manually. You can then use these rules to manage connection based on a specific program, a transmission control protocol, or a UDP port, or a predefined Windows experience such as Active Directory services. The monitoring section of the WFAS console provides you with a real-time information about the active connection passing through the Windows firewall. The initial pane of the monitoring section provides you with a general information, including the state of the Windows firewall, log settings, active firewall rules, and inactive firewall connections. The monitoring section is organized into 3 areas: the firewall, the connection security rules, and the security association. A new addition to Windows Server 2008 and Windows Vista is the concept of network profiles, which are also known as network locations. Clients use a network profile to determine to what type of network they are connected. Firewall policies and other network settings, such as sharing, are defined for a client based on its profile. With WFAS, you can specify that a particular firewall rules affect only on a specific profile. Windows Server 2008 used 3 profiles: the public, private, and domain. Home, you will be asking, is only for client services. So it's not in a server client or in a server domain, sorry.